On this episode of Ghost Hunters International, the team heads to Transylvania.
You say Transylvania, you immediately think Dracula.
To explore the myths of a medieval castle.
People have seen the ghost of a monk in front of that crucifix.
Yes. What was that?
I feel like my eyes are playing tricks on me now.
And when the search leads underground.
Such a long way down.
Okay, here I go.
Brian risks it all to debunk a local legend.
That was a cold breeze.
Will the team get to the bottom of the Citadel Rasnov?
Whoa, down there.
Or will they face their biggest fear?
Go, knock.
Hey guys, how goes it?
We're all set.
So Andy had to leave in the middle of the night. His wife is in labor.
Oh my God.
My wife's about to give birth, and I can't wait to be a dad. But at the same time, I'm a little bummed out that I'm not going to be able to be with the team on the next case.
Yeah, so we're gonna catch up with him in a couple days, but obviously we're one down tonight, so everyone has to step up and do what we gotta do.
Yep.
Ready? All right, let's go.
All right.
So Barry, it's been a long time since you've been in Romania.
10 years. But this part of Romania where we're going to lies in Transylvania. And Transylvania itself is a region still to this day steeped in myth and legend.
Obviously, when you kind of hear just the name Transylvania,
You immediately think of Dracula, Vlad Tepes, who was a real person. You know, a lot of people these days think that he's just a part of movie magic. But he did exist, and he was extremely cruel.
Right.
It was never documented that he drank blood. However, his favorite form of torture was impalement.
Right. So were you able to investigate over here the last time you were here?
Yes, I was in Brasov. This is my first time at Rasnov.
All right, well, Donna's got some details for Citadel Rasnov.
Coolio.
Hey guys. Okay, so let me give you a little history about the place. The Citadel Rasnov was built around 1215 by the Teutonic Knights. It was only conquered once by the Bathory army. The occupants were finally forced to surrender by cutting off their water supply.
She must have been thirsty. Our car got stuck in the snow.
No way. We're walking it.
As far as we can go?
Yeah. There's no way the cars were coming up here. That was the reason they chose this as a defensive fortress, because it's so hard to get up that hill. So got the blood pumping to carry all the equipment all the way up that hill tonight. It's incredible. I've never been to Romania before, and back in the United States, obviously it's something that we hear about all the time with Transylvania and Dracula and all these kind of stories. So to actually be able to experience this, to be here,
Finally.
and actually investigating with such a great team here is just incredible. This is great.
Dude, this is going to be incredible.
Yeah. Hi, Rob.
Welcome here by the Citadel of Rushnov. My name is Chip. Guys, I'm glad we make it up the hill, especially with this weather.
There's always snow like this around here?
Well, this time of year always.
So you've had a lot of reports of paranormal activity.
Rumors are going around.
I bet. So where do you want to go first?
If you would like to follow me, I'll share some interesting stuff, all right?
Terrific, thank you.
Okay, come on.
I never believe in ghosts because I never seen something to make me believe on it. So it's very important to me that the team find a reason for me to believe in them.
All right, guys. Right here behind me is the crucifix. There are some appearances with the monk praying in front of the crucifix, and there were different people reporting that.
So people have seen the ghost of a monk praying, sitting in front of that crucifix?
Yes. You know, they saw it, and next second, it was gone.
Has there been any other reports of activity around this area?
Yes, a lot of shadows, a lot of noises sometimes, some scratches, some very interesting kind of sounds during the night.
Speaking of shadows, I heard a story about the shadow cast by the cross.
Yeah, it's something about the crucifix. When the sun goes down,
it is strange. It's really strange because the head is still looking there and the shadow is in another position. It cannot be logically.
All right, guys, this is the well. I think maybe this is the most interesting part of the tour. Look at that. Such a long way down. And there is a story about this well. It was dug by 2 Turkish prisoners, and they've been promised to be released from the slavery if they found water. It seems like after 17 years of working in there, the people who made the promise didn't keep the word, so they've been killed down there.
So they found the water, and afterwards, despite the promise, the rumor is they killed them.
Yeah, the rumor is like that, yeah.
Okay.
During the excavation here a couple of years ago, people found 2 skeletons at the bottom of this well.
I mean, I've been down there, and the thing that I did notice is the change in temperature. 200 feet down there, the temperature is going to be different to that on the surface. It's a little bit cooler. But there were certain times where I noticed fluctuations of 3 to 4 degrees centigrade. Whilst actually down there, all of a sudden it became very cold.
Is there any way we can get down there tonight?
Of course, I can set the rappel for you.
I'm in.
Have you rappelled before?
I rappelled in the Air Force back about 13 years ago. I'm in. I want in.
All right, man. I'll set everything up, and
all right.
Later on you can check it out.
It's gonna be good.
Long way down.
Nah, ain't nothing.
So where to next?
Okay, guys, this room is now the museum.
So what kind of paranormal activity has been reported here?
The guard here has a dog, but if the dog goes to the museum, it goes just to the specific area and no more than that.
The dog comes here and won't go any further down.
Yes, but there's a specific place. It goes halfway and stops. All the time is the same.
Some people say animals are more sensitive to ultrasonic sounds, and that could give them a better sense of the paranormal.
I don't go in the museum to look up because I'm scared. I feel something strange behind me. I think the citadel is haunted.
So does that cover most of the reports of the activity here?
Well, pretty much, but this place is huge, so during the excavation they found new places, and who knows, to investigate there are a lot of rumors and a lot of stuff all over the place.
It's an incredible location, there's a lot to cover, so what we want to do now is get unpacked, get our cameras up, start trying to find some evidence of what's going on here. Well, thank you for the tour.
Okay.
All right.
Excellent, guys. See you later on. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
It's pretty exciting because we have a full range of activities. Full-bodied apparitions in the courtyard, weird manipulation of shadow and people seeing shadows moving across, dogs that won't go down hallways. It's exciting because it gives us so many different things to try and find alternative answers to. We're going to do our best to go through tonight, get some evidence, and figure out what's really going on here. Hey, so how'd we do?
We're good.
That's good.
So the camera is actually sitting right there, looking down the hallway, museum.
Yeah.
This is where the dog won't go past.
That's perfect. So let's get lights out and get going?
Yeah, feels good.
Let's rumble.
Truck.
Barry, Brian, and I decided to start the investigation off at the front gate before the snow got too deep.
So this is the gate. Any attacking army or infantry would have came.
Yeah.
Supposedly there's been reports of activity here. People have seen shadows, felt uneasy. But I guess that's the kind of thing you'd expect given the kind of things that must have happened here.
I don't blame them for seeing shadows and feeling uneasy. This is where the wars were.
Medieval times, they would have put a type of curse on the gate, a guardian almost.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm reading pretty high in the EMF detector right now.
EMF stands for electromagnetic field, and what we use are devices that measure that field. If we get a high EMF reading and we can't find any normal explanations for it, at that point some people believe that you're measuring spirit activity.
Want to run some EVP here?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That's a good spot up there.
Yeah.
Guten Tag. Darf ich vorstellen, das ist der Dämmerist?
Let's good to have Barry with us because he's able to bridge some of the language barriers that might otherwise be a problem.
The reason I'm speaking in both languages is because this was initially set up to guard against for the German Saxons. So the ancient ones would have been German, and obviously I'm appealing to the Romanians as well. All right, stop still. All right. Manamisk Barry.
It's creepy.
Wow. Now, this is the area where supposedly they see a monk walking around.
Yeah.
And supposedly at sunset, when you look at the crucifix at a certain angle, it looks like a man being tortured, but that's kind of what a crucifix does. I say we just kind of check out the area a little bit, just feel it out.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit real still for like a minute and just see if I see any monk movement around here.
All right.
If there are any monks present, can you please make yourself visible so I can see you? Please show yourself to us in front of the cross.
My battery just totally drained. I think I got one more picture.
Take it, take it, take it. Anything weird?
That's it.
How was your battery earlier?
It was charged at full.
One theory suggests that when spirits attempt to manifest in an area, they look for an energy source from which to draw from. So we look for these kind of fluctuations for the possibility that activity is about to occur.
Please give me a sign of your presence so I can see you before I go.
Barry, Brian, and I went over to the museum to investigate the reports of the mysterious shadows.
All right, so this is the passageway that they would use for the defense going this way. And the reports, what you heard is the pushing, the shoving, possible shadow activity.
Okay.
But it's supposed to start somewhere near midway through the hallway.
I think... Whoa, wait a minute now. Down there.
What did you see?
I saw a shadow move.
Barry, Brian, and I went over to the museum to investigate the reports of the mysterious shadows. We weren't there more than 3 minutes before Barry thought that he had seen something.
What did you see?
I saw a shadow move.
Okay, let's go.
I got my digital.
Separate as much as possible.
Want to run some EVP here?
Yeah.
Want to do Natsa? What if it's English este? Can we check that there's nobody down there, Rob?
Yeah, why don't you keep doing what you're doing here? I'm going to check that out.
Just be careful. If you don't want us to be here, come forward, give us a sign.
You know what it is?
What?
There's a light source coming through that last window, and it shines off the wall, reflecting off something. It does give that moving shadow effect down there.
There may be a car passing in the town, and just reflects off the light every now and again.
Especially given the fact that we got so many reports of shadows passing through here. It does give that moving shadow effect down there. As far as someone being pushed, that I'd still like to see.
Hi, Max! Max, you want to come with us? Yeah, Max. Want to do an experiment? Yeah, come on.
Come on, buddy.
Come on.
Donna and I tried to get Max, the dog, into the museum with us because we had heard that the dog has a fear of going past a certain point in the museum.
Max, come on. Max, come on. Want some gloves? Yes, you do. Come on. You want some gloves?
So we decided to recreate that scene. Push his butt.
Come on, buddy. Come on.
Oh, right. Couldn't pick up the dog and push it. Couldn't play with it. Couldn't lure it.
You want to come? You can.
No. Had absolutely no luck whatsoever. The dog wouldn't even get through the front door. So we gave up.
Brian's going down there because the reports are that the 2 Turkish prisoners may or may not have been killed after they finished the well. Also, there have been reports of cold spots. They found bones at the bottom, so there's a possibility that he may be able to get some evidence. So he took all his equipment with him, and, you know, better him than me.
Brian's heading toward the bottom of the well, and I certainly wish him the best of luck with his endeavors, because it's certainly something I wouldn't do.
As you can see, I'm in the well right now. I set up my recorder, set up my video. Oh, there's a bone right there. All right. Did some audio work, some EVP work. Is there anybody here that'd like to speak with us tonight? Are you the one that built this well? I know you probably don't get many people coming down here. If you could give me a sign that you are here, that'd be really nice. Wait a minute, I just got a real cold breeze down here. There wouldn't be a cold breeze down here. Like it went through me, and I realized that down there in the well like that, the breeze doesn't reach that far down. You're like 67 meters down. And I was asking questions, and the cold spot went through me. Is that you I just felt? Wow. That was a cold breeze, like something just went right through me. I asked another question and did it again. Is this you I'm feeling right now? So hopefully I got something on the audio. Hopefully somebody was talking to me, because that would be the epitome of ghost hunting down there, to actually catch some evidence. All right, now go back up. Let's rock and roll.
All right, this is the museum.
Supposedly somebody saw a shadowy figure go across over there. Let's keep moving along, see what's down here. Ooh, that's a little creepy, eh?
Yeah. Dawn and I went downstairs of the museum, and we decided to stop and do some EVP work.
Can you see us?
There's so many haunted areas that have to be explored, so I'm thinking ahead what I'm doing next, and I'm kind of just provoking a little and moving things along.
Please give us a sign of your presence. Please show yourself or speak to us. Did you die here on the property?
It's a style difference that I've noticed from the beginning with Shannon and I. I don't like asking the same canned questions over and over again. What is your name? How did you die? I mean, those are important, but to me, it's better to settle in, to feel, to connect, to ask the questions that you feel are coming through.
Did you like to crochet or knit? Can you shake this wooden piece in front of me?
I like to free flow it, and I don't want to be bound by time, because you never know when you're going to get an EVP. It could be 1 minute, it could be 3 hours.
Still looking for a sign of your presence, getting disappointed, getting impatient. It's okay at any point to make a noise.
I like to free flow it, and I don't want to be bound by time, because you never know when you're going to get an EVP. It could be 1 minute, it could be 3 hours.
Still looking for a sign of your presence, getting disappointed, getting impatient. It's okay at any point to make a noise. However, what do you do that for? You gotta be patient. You have to have patience with EVP sessions.
There has to be a respect and an investigation of each other's experiences. And I feel like I give out that respect, and sometimes I feel that's not necessarily forthcoming from her. And I think she does need to look around and learn a few things from some people that have been in this field a little bit longer than she has.
All right. I would sit there for longer periods of time, but I just felt like there was no action. I didn't feel anything strange about the room. She wasn't getting any feelings, so I just decided to move things along and just maybe we can try to go to the next thing.
When I investigate, I drop everything that's going on in my mind and my soul and my heart to connect. And that's super important to me. Now, when I get jarred out of that, if I hear a noise, if people are being inconsiderate because they're being noisy, or if they're telling me I need to hurry up, I do get pissed off, because to me, I'm there investing my time to try to connect. But
we kind of came to terms with the fact that we both have very different styles of conducting EVP sessions. I'm just asking her and trying to explain to her what my experience is. I don't expect her to understand it. I just expect her to respect that.
I can't force myself to do methods like her, and she can't force herself to do methods like me. So I am more wham bam, thank you ma'am, give me some evidence. Hell no, I'm not gonna let this change my method. I mean, it's just not my style.
What we wanted to do now, if you guys are up for it, is split the groups. Donna and Shannon were having a disagreement over the best way to do a EVP session, so I thought at that point it would be best to split them up. So now Shannon's going to go investigate with Barry. All right, terrific.
Good.
Let's go.
Okay, folks.
Have fun. Me too.
Barry grabbed me and decided to take me up to the chapel. And there's a little bit of excitement there because I always enjoy my adventures with Barry looking for ghosts.
I'm not quite sure what to expect. I'm quite familiar with what is said to hang around this side of the Citadel. I'm just wondering what could happen.
Can I use a flashlight?
No.
All right, we'll do it.
You just step through here.
We walked into the chapel, and he asked me to sit on a bench in the very dark part of the church.
Guten Tag. Buona dimanatza. What a bit English yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a flashlight. Do not, under any circumstances, use that here unless absolutely necessary. There's a button at the back that you push.
Well, I know when necessary is.
You'll know. I'm always very wary whenever I go to a place that in theory has references to Lucifer.
He decided to go downstairs. What's down there?
I don't know. This is the first time I've been in here, but this is where I want to go.
So you're leaving me?
No.
No.
I'll be here in spirit. I'm going to switch on the EVP now. Before I actually got the EVP switched on, I was almost near the bottom where the door was. What was that? Did you move?
Not me.
There was a very distinct growl.
A growl?
Yeah. I've often been asked, are you afraid of the dark? To which my reply is always, no, I'm afraid of what's in it. There was a split in the door. The door was locked, it's padlocked, but there was a window on the far side that seemed to be open slightly. Go, now. I suspected that this particular area of the Citadel may throw up some things that were unusual.
Barry?
Go, now.
What?
No.
Okay. Barry.
Come on, think.
No, speak. Like, what happened?
Tried the latch and I couldn't get in, but there was a split in the door. I had my face stuck to the door. Now, what I did see was two legs that moved and just whoa, past. Scared the absolute living hell out of me. I bounced back, fell down the side of the steps.
Your hand's swollen up.
Oh, dear God.
Well, what is it?
I don't know.
Is it bad?
I don't know. And I've left my glove in there, and I need to get my glove. All right, let's go.
When Barry told me about his experience in the chapel, I knew we had to go back in there and figure out what made him run. Whatever got Barry going like that had to be something fearsome. I wanted to get back in there and face whatever it was that's lurking behind that door.
Barry had an experience earlier that really shook him up. So we decided to go in all together and check out the situation again.
Just hang tight.
I'm looking through the crack in the door that Barry mentioned. They saw something run across his field of vision through this crack.
For me, I'm usually pretty skittish, I admit it. I scare very easily, but you know what? When it comes to something that happens to a fellow investigator of mine that I really respect and trust, and they have the kind of experience that Barry had tonight, I feel extremely protective and I get very angry and I want to find out what the heck this was all about. Are you some sort of disgusting, unnatural creature that just lives here, frighten people?
We know you want to be seen because Barry saw you. We know you want to be heard because Barry heard you. So go ahead.
Are you threatened? Is that why you growled? If you do exist, why don't you make yourself known right now?
We did some EVP work, and we went down to the second floor where we could see a door and the crack through the door where Barry had seen something.
This is the door. Hey, what's on the other side of this thing? Who are you? What are you? Show us the sign that you're in there.
I think this is something paranormal. I don't know what it is.
Oh, I feel like my eyes are playing tricks on me now.
I wasn't driven by wanting evidence or the search to confirm what he had seen. I was driven by the fact that, you know, this is a friend of mine who had what seemed to be a negative experience, and I'd do whatever I could at that point to help him out.
Is there any way we can get on the other side?
We wanted to see if we could get access to the Pentacle Tower from the bottom floor.
Through the crack in the door, you could see that there was a window facing out. So our plan was to go around to the back of the building to see if we could find another way into that tower.
That's all the way up there. We looked up at the building and we shook our heads and looked at each other and said, there's gotta be a way. There's a landing right there.
I just totally got pumped up. I was just so determined. I was just on a mission. I couldn't think of anything else but just wanted to see where this place was, what this room looked like, what was in it, what he saw, if it was still there.
We tried to get up the first slope, and it was a hell of a climb.
I don't know, it's something about being with trusted investigators that just gives you this strength. I got it.
We're able to get pretty close by scrambling up some pretty steep embankments.
You got it, you got it, you got it.
But at the end of the day, we got to the point in which safety and access to the ledge, neither of them were looking very good. Keep in mind, the mere design of this place was designed so that no one could do what we're trying to do.
I know.
If someone was to slip, they were coming down that rock face, and it was going to be nasty at the bottom.
I was convinced, after trying to get up there myself, that there was no other obvious way into that room. All right, let's head back.
All right.
Let's go this way.
I wish I had a pair of skis on me right now.
All right, guys, it's time to pack it up.
Okay. I'm so proud of the team right now. Brian didn't hesitate when he went rappelling a couple 100 feet into a well. Donna, when she thought that Barry had been threatened by something, went charging up the side of a mountain.
And Barry went back into the chapel to face his fears.
That's the kind of thing that builds a team. So I still definitely am excited to see how much of that translates to hard evidence.
I'm very impressed about the team because if someone will get a proof about the existence of ghosts or spirits or just paranormal activity in here, they might be the ones. I just can't wait for the guys to come back and show me what they found.
Anyway, Shannon, I want to talk to you because of obviously the problems that are going on and get your take on it.
It's getting to me. It's putting me in a rotten mood sometimes, and it's affecting my work a little bit.
You know, I know from your point of view, you're saying, look, you know, maybe there was jabs back and forth at one point. Maybe it was supposed to be tongue-in-cheek, kind of funny. It's gotten past that point. It's messing up my investigations, and it's got to change. You know, so if we can cut it out and just kill the whole thing, everybody will be better.
I don't want to have to worry ever again about what I have to say next.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
worry about being shot down. I don't want to work like that.
Yeah, and you know that I feel that you bring valuable ideas every time out to the team. You have good ideas. There's a reason you're here. You didn't walk in off the street. You've been doing this for a couple of years. This isn't new to you.
Right. I want nothing more than to get along with absolutely everybody on this team and just look for ghosts. That's why I'm here.
Right. What I'm saying is just keep doing what you're doing. Give 100%, do your best, and try and have a good time. Try and put full energy into the investigations.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm glad we got this out in the open, and it's something we can certainly work on. Yeah. All right, should we get back to it?
Back to it. Thank you.
All right, guys, going to the Citadel now. Remember, we're looking for the monk next to the Jesus cross. We're looking for apparitions. We're looking for any kind of shadows, especially in the museum, because that dog doesn't want to go halfway.
Okay.
We have a lot to go through. Hopefully we find something.
Okay.
Okay.
Rock and roll.
Brian, I have one here which was taken whenever we were in Bathroy's Tower.
Okay.
The front gate. Now, the only thing is you will hear me speak, however, the reply that comes back seems to be another language. It's either Romanian or German, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Sorry, Barry. That's me, dude.
Guys, I want you to have a listen to this. This is when myself, Rob, and you were in the museum.
Okay.
I started off, obviously, addressing in German, Romanian, and then went to English.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a response, not to the question that we put across, but I think a response came in because I referred to English.
Really?
Have a listen.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Rob.
How are you?
So Citadel Raznov. This was probably our toughest investigation to get to, obviously.
Yep.
But once we got there, I think everyone felt like we had a great investigation.
Yeah, absolutely. Hands
worth it.
down.
Well, on top of that, we had some great personal experience as well. I know, Barry, you had an incredible one.
Certainly whenever I was down the stairs in the Pentacle Tower and Shannon was on the top floor, I certainly wasn't expecting that type of experience to happen. And my response, the fight or flight cut in straight away. It was just instant move and go.
The thing that was kind of odd is the fact that we couldn't get Max the dog into the building. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy that we gave it an attempt because the debunking of so many of these stories was tough. How do we do for evidence?
We did pretty good.
Do we have any audio?
The first EVP is taken in the museum with myself, you, and Brian. I start the EVP session in German, Romanian, and then English.
Yep, I remember. All right, I can hear something, but is that English, German, Romanian?
It's Romanian. One word, puff team. It means, excuse me, say that again.
And this comes right after you're speaking the 3 different languages.
Yes, and obviously probably referring to the English.
Right, perfect. All right, what's next?
The next one is Donna, myself, and you in the Pentacle Tower.
And what was the situation? Where exactly was Donna?
We were down the stairs on the second floor of the Pentacle.
Right, the same area you had the experience in.
Yes.
Who are you?
This one is another Romanian phrase. It says bine. However, I think that there may have been a little bit lost in translation here where Donna asks, who are you? Instead, the reply comes back, how are you? Bine meaning good, fine.
Who are you?
Terrific. Okay, so that's it for EVPs?
That's it for EVPs.
Did we get anything on video?
Oh, no.
So Brian and I have one more surprise for you this evening.
Yeah, here we go, everybody. Let me get the link up here. Say hello to Andy and his new baby.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Everything went great. Amy did awesome, and we're psyched, man. We got her. Here she is, baby Avis May.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
Well, awesome, dude. Too bad you missed it, man.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't be on this case with you guys, but I'll be on the next one.
Well, Andy, a big congratulations from all of us. We can't wait to have you back.
Thanks, guys.
I'll see you next time, Andy.
On that note, I think it's time to go have a talk with Chip. In Andy's absence, Donna, if you'd like to go to the reveal with me.
Absolutely.
All right, so good job. Let's pack it up.
Okay.
Everything's saved up for you.
Terrific. Yeah, if you could put down a CD, we'll be ready to go.
Not a problem.
Okay,
All right.
good job.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
How you doing, Chip?
Yeah, not bad. How are you? How did your
Good,
investigation went? Because I'm so curious to
It went
find
very
out
well.
what happened in there.
Well, what we do is, obviously, you came in, you walked us around, you shared with us the stories of what people have reported, and what we try and do is come in and we try and disprove those stories. If we can't disprove them, we're left with something that might be paranormal. Two of the stories you told us revolved around the cross.
Yeah.
The trick of the shadow
Yeah.
and the full-bodied apparition of the monk.
Yeah, lots of people were telling about that.
So we made sure to have people up there as much as we could to see if we could capture any evidence or find a way to disprove it. Well, we weren't able to do either. We didn't get any evidence, but nor were we able to disprove what happened there.
I see.
Now, sometimes on investigations, some of the investigators have what we call personal experiences. Sometimes they're not recorded at all. They just happen.
All right.
Unfortunately, there's not a camera there or a voice recorder, but something significant or profound happens to them. I had a personal experience there. Shannon and I had gone into the museum to see if we could test out one of the stories that we had heard about Max, the dog, being afraid to enter the museum at a certain point. We figured we tested that theory out. So we grabbed Max, but we couldn't even get him to go into the museum at all.
Really?
He wouldn't budge, wouldn't get anywhere near it. I mean, we pushed, we shoved, we tried to learn him with treats and gloves and this and that. He wouldn't go into the museum.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. It just goes and turns back, never further that point. But do you think something might happen there?
It's interesting that you should ask that because Brian, Barry, and myself went into the museum to follow up and see if there was anything more than just Max the dog refusing to go in. We started asking questions using our tape recorder, and when we went back and listened to the tape, we found something pretty interesting that we'd like to get your take on.
I just can't wait to see it.
Brian, Barry, and myself went into the museum to follow up and see if there was anything more than just Max the dog refusing to go in. We started asking questions using our tape recorder, and when we went back and listened to the tape, we found something pretty interesting that we'd like to get your take on.
I just can't wait to see it.
So this is Brian, Barry, and myself in the museum.
All right.
And there's a response.
I think there's something after the first half of it. Yeah, I can understand it. It's like poftim in Romanian. Somewhere around here, that's amazing.
And can you explain to us what that phrase means?
It's like when you ask someone something and he just didn't get it for the first time, says poftim. It's like, sorry, can you say that again?
So what do you think of that kind of response?
Well, judging about the meaning of this phrase, it's like, sorry, can you say that again?
Barry was in the Pentacle Tower.
Right.
He was in there investigating with Shannon. And while they were in there, she was on the top floor, and he heard like a growl coming from downstairs.
Really?
So he walked downstairs, and as soon as he walked downstairs, there's a doorway.
Yeah, I know that.
And he looked in the crack, and there's light coming from the outside wall in. And as he's looking through, he sees these, what he describes as these two legs walk by.
Barry? Go, knock.
No way.
Rob and Barry and I went back up to reinvestigate it to see if we could experience what he experienced. And then I did some EVP work, and I asked the question, who are you? and this is the response I got.
All right.
Who are you? Who are you?
Yeah, definitely something in this area.
So let me loop it to right about here.
I can nearly say is that kind of answer, like Bina.
And Bina means?
I'm all right. It's like, how are you? I'm okay, something like that.
So it's interesting because it's not exactly, she says, who are you? Normally we'd expect a name in response.
Exactly.
But it almost comes across as, how are you? And the response we get is?
Bina, so it's, yeah, I understand.
One of the most important aspects of the investigation takes place away from the location, and that's the research. That has been so helpful for us so many times and so important in figuring out the myth from the reality. And thankfully, Donna every time goes out and does an incredible job of finding out what really happened. And so what she'd like to do is let you know some of the information she found in exploring the history of this great location.
All right.
Well, I spoke with Carl, and he told me a lot of information that I didn't get previously from my initial research. The story as far as the well was created by two Turkish men who were enslaved here. They were commissioned to work on this well for 17 years, and as soon as they completed the well, they were killed. Well, none of that happened. That was completely legend.
So Chip, given everything, the history, the research we were able to do, the sounds you were able to hear, what's your take overall?
Judging at the end, still I can't say for sure if it was something or not.
I can understand your point of view. You weren't there because you are a skeptic. You want to say, well, wait a second, until I'm convinced, I want to see every board move. I want to make sure no one was shifting around. But as someone who was there, I am impressed by this kind of evidence because this was something that I made sure with my own eyes, ears, and devices was not any one of us. So I was pretty impressed. You know, to the point that I would consider this location to certainly have a significant level of paranormal activity.
It's possible, I don't know.
Well, Chip, I want to thank you. We had an incredible investigation here. This is a beautiful castle. We had a lot of fun, and we just want to thank you for having us and showing us around and showing us the courtesy that's great here in Romania.
It was great to have you here.
Thanks.
Come back anytime you want.
I'd love to.
Thank you so
You're
much.
always welcome.
Really
No
appreciate
problem.
it.
All right?
Yeah. I still remain skeptical, but I hope it was a good experience for them because they are far experienced people on this field as I am. I think the team found what they were looking for, and for me, this is one of the most important things.
For a paranormal investigator, this is stuff of fairy tale, you know. We're in Romania, home of the Dracula legend, all that, so to be investigating here was incredible.
So guys, how did it go?
What we explained to Chip is that we did have what we believe is paranormal activity, but at the same time, if you looked at it all in total, there wasn't enough to come right out and say the location is haunted.
Yeah.
Rob, I completely agree with you on that. Perhaps it could get to that level, maybe it will never, but from what we saw, I think it's very safe to say there is definitely paranormal activity going on at the Citadel.
Can't wait for Andy to get back. I really want to tell him about this case. I mean, I know he's going to be a little disappointed and jealous when he hears about this one. On to the next one.